Hey, my name is Pinely. I'm a 47-year-old boy genius. Recently, I found out that Shane Dawson has made 137 videos about a whole bunch of theories that make no sense. And that got me thinking, wouldn't it be funny to make a series where I try to debunk all of them? So, this right here is Theory Busters. But maybe without an S, because it's just me. This episode, we'll be busting a few theories. Did Chuck E. Cheese actually recycle old pizzas? This is a highly requested one, even though it's kind of stupid. Does the song Hotel California by the Eagles include a bunch of crazy hidden messages? Or does it just have normal messages because it's a song? We're also going to be taking a look at one of Shane's deleted videos that, in my opinion, might just be one of the most damaging ones of them all. And Shane has some pretty awful theory videos that are still up. So how insane did this one have to be to get removed? Guess we'll find out. And I'm also going to be introducing a new segment called Insane Comment of the Week. The name is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, let's start with the Chuck E. Cheese one. Now, in this massive, bombastic, feature film-length video called Investigating Conspiracies with Shane Dawson, Shane decides to take on the role of an investigative reporter. He's not just sitting in the comfort of his bedroom anymore talking about theories that he found on Reddit. No, he's set to actually go out and find out the hard truths about reality himself. His biggest subject of the video? Chuck E. Goddamn Cheese.
They cut the pizza like this, and then it goes two different directions. If they were cutting the pizza, it would go right down the middle of that slice. Where's this cut?
I told him, it's like, the more you look at their pizza, the more you're like, wait. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So it starts here. Okay. So then, what the fuck? Where is it going? Literally, where did it go?
What is going on with all these goddamn red lines, man? What are you talking about? This is just what happens when you use a crappy pizza cutter. Have you ever used a crappy pizza cutter? That's the result of that.
This was a chunk.
Yeah.
And then I think this was two pieces somebody didn't eat.
I feel like they're suddenly gonna pull out a pair of compasses and put it against the screen and be like, oh, you see, according to my calculation, this pizza slice angle is totally out of whack. A classic pizza slice angle is supposed to be a 30.37 degrees or something like that. You know what I see here, ladies and gentlemen? I see a pizza that was made by a 16-year-old kid being paid minimum wage. Nothing more, nothing less. That's just what it is. But then I guess looking at a picture of a pizza on screen isn't enough. So the Shane Dawson gang even goes to Chuck E. Cheese themselves in person to, I don't know, I guess give it a closer inspection? I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve. And really, what I really like about this theory is how, at no point, none of these people in this group decided to stop for a second, for a mere simple second, and just ask the very simple question of why? Why would Chuck E. Cheese decide to take an old pizza slice, pour new cheese and new toppings on top of it, and call it a day? Why would they do that? The immediate answer might be money. They're doing it to save money. But I don't know, isn't that kind of stupid? You know, my father is a very wise man. He used to work at a pizza shop when he was a teenager, and one day he went up to me and told me, you know, son, I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you something important. A pizza, it's very similar to popcorn. What? How? What are you talking about, old man? They both have a really high markup value. A meat-loaded pizza only costs $1.9 to make and generally sells for $14. That's a $636 markup value. A plain margarita pizza, though, at a cost of $177, retails for $12, a $580 markup. A big contributor to these huge markups is the incredibly low cost of making the crusts. The crust! That's mainly what's being saved here in Shane's theory. That's the cheapest part. I found a post made by an ex-Chuck E. Cheese employee that confirmed this theory is total and utter bullshit. He also states that his boss told him once that it only costs them a measly tiny 30 cents to make their pizzas. So, why? When you need to prove in court that someone did a crime, one of the things you need to find is a motive. And in this case, it's total baloney. The risk that Chuck E. Cheese, a massive giant corporation would have to face for saving 30 cents is just not worth it at all. And it's kind of mind-boggling to me that out of all the insane things that Shane has said in his theory videos, somehow this managed to stir the most drama out of them all. Like, just wait till you hear what he said in that deleted video later on in this video. It's pretty mad. Anyways, yeah, debunked. Hotel California is a song from the 70s that your aunt loves to sing at karaoke's.
So in 1977, there was a band named the Eagles who were huge. Now I'm sure you've heard your aunt do karaoke to this song.
Yeah, I just thought it's a very funny way to introduce this unbelievably popular song, so I just used it myself. So yeah, Shane kicks this theory off strong by doing the whole, I'm now going to play this song in reverse and you're going to hear that this person is talking about Satan thing.
Now in the song, it is said that if you reverse it, you can hear him talking about Satan. I know, fucking creepy.
I went over this in my last Shane video. If you take a bunch of nonsense noises and attach lyrics that sort of sounds like those nonsense noises, people will just hear what you tell them to hear.
I know, fucking creepy.
Also, Satan hears this. He had me believe? What? The hell is this supposed to be? What does this mean? But then, boxers and boxerettes, Shane says something truly groundbreaking. Something I've never thought of in my whole life, in my whole 22-year-long life. He tells us that Hotel California is apparently not just a song about a bunch of dudes who are staying in a hotel.
But have you actually listened to the lyrics? Because they are crazy. People think the lyrics in this song are not about a hotel, but in fact, they're about cults, witchcraft.
Now I, like a lot of people, always got the sense that this song is about the music industry and the dark side of all that business and the lifestyle that comes with it. But I also feel like one of the best part of this song is just how it can be interpreted in all these different ways. According to Don Henley from the Eagles, some of the wilder interpretations of that song have been amazing. It was really about the excesses of American culture and certain girls we knew, but it was also about the uneasy balance between art and commerce, which kind of lines up with what I said earlier. There's a bit where Shane references the following lines, and in the master's chambers they gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast.
I mean, this next part of the song is very clearly about going to hell and seeing the devil.
Now, you know, I guess Shane is just interpreting a piece of art here in his own way, which is fine, but the use of the word clearly just doesn't really sit right with me. It's not very clearly about Satan. When I first heard these lines, I thought it's more about trying to feed some sort of inner beast, whether it's a crave for fame or power or money or addiction or whatever. Could be a lot of these things. Just feels kind of silly to me to hear the word the beast and straight up be like, okay everybody, that's a wrap, we got it. The meaning of the song is clearly about eating a dinner with Satan. The beauty of art, especially this kind of art, is, in my opinion, to just kind of let it be there, interpret it in many ways, not to limit everything to one very linear, Satan-related way of thinking. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the insane comment of the week section. Now, in the past, I spoke about the danger of these theory videos, about how spreading this sort of poison into the air, spreading theories that have something to do with 9/11 trutherism, which Shane has done, can cause some actual real-life damage. So now, in this segment, we're gonna shine a little bit of light on that, on the damages that this can do. So yeah, let me put on my Mr. YouTuber mask for this, and let's go. Okay, so this comment that I'm going to be reading out to you, I found in the YouTube Health for Review section for one of my videos. If you don't know what that section is, it's essentially where YouTube dumps all the comments that they deem to be even too crazy for the YouTube comment section, which I'd say says quite a lot. So this person commented on my video saying, I'm convinced that like 80% of these theories are just thinly veiled anti-Semitism, which relates to something that I said in my video. Now this person really didn't like that comment because he kicked it off by saying, you spent too much time around lead paint as a child. Yes, some theories are but most of them are not. Are you trying to call people who think reptilians run the government or that NASA faked everything to justify their budget What? What is this guy talking about? This kicks off crazy enough. But then it somehow manages to become even more wild. It becomes wilder. You sound like another CIA traitor to Americans. You CIA pieces of, at least he censored that word, are useless to this country and an enemy of the people. And then he finishes it off by saying, you want to control what people believe. Flush yourselves down the toilet. Oh my god, this is incredible. I think this might be the most entertaining YouTube comment I've ever read in my whole life. It's just a work of art, isn't it? The fact that he's like, oh, you're trying to say that everyone who believes in this or this and that? Well, what about reptilian people, huh? What about them? Reptilian people? Wow! But he doesn't end it here. That's what's so great about it. He moves on to claim that this person, this random human, who all they did was just comment on a Pinely video. They just commented on a video of a guy with like 225,000 subs. That's all they did. He's claiming that that person is actually an undercover CIA agent. What? He's doing it with so much confidence as well. How does he have the balls to say that? How does he have the balls to have that thought and then type it into the comments and then click on post or whatever it says? Anyways, if you end up finding any similar comments, feel free to send it all over to my social medias, @Pinely with 2 Y's on Twitter and @PinelyBox on Instagram. I'd really like to see it. Now, here's the thing. I've gotten a lot of comments on my Theory Busters videos from people who talked about how Shane's videos did serve as some sort of gateway into believing in this whole very dangerous theory world. Because even though Shane at the beginning of these videos does state or put in text that all these things are just theories at the end of the day, the second this text fades away, he talks about these theories as if they're almost facts. He makes sure to have a very worried tone of voice that indicates that the things that he's bringing up are actually something you should be watching out for. Now, so far I brought up the Chuck E. Cheese and the Hotel California theories, pretty lighthearted stuff, but the next thing I'm gonna be talking about is definitely not that. So like we said, Shane has deleted a lot of his theory videos. And a few weeks ago, I was chatting with my friend Mr. Einaber about this, and he said that he used to watch Shane at the time, and remembers that he made a video about, I'm kind of afraid to use the actual term for it, because YouTube might pick it up and take this whole thing down. So we're just gonna call these people horrible event pretenders. Essentially people who are placed in these, according to theorists, fake horrible events, fake tragedies essentially, to then talk about it in the news and make people scared. Total and utter bullshit. Very dangerous bullshit at that. I do want to point out as well, in case some YouTube employee is watching this, I'm not talking about the horrible events themselves, I'm not even talking about these horrible event pretender theories. I'm talking about a man who's talking about these theories. So, I think that makes me covered. Anyways, he said how he remembered this video, but I looked it up and I couldn't find it anywhere. It was probably taken down by Shane or YouTube, and, well, rightfully so. So I looked some stuff up, I see some tweets that say that this video was up and actually have been deleted, and I also found this tweet by Shane. Originally, I thought that this link would lead me to the video, but I looked it up, I went through a Wayback Machine, and I found that this is what we found. It's a link to an actual Alex Jones level of theory video that has also been deleted.
mph speed limit.
By the way, that very drony CIA sounding voice is a very drony CIA person that typically does. I guess the miraculous circumstances were her glasses survive all these bombings and SWAT teamings.
I have a big problem with the wording in this tweet. Hey guys, if you like my crazy, wacky theories, you're definitely gonna love this one about how people are lying to you about being in horrible tragedies. Doesn't that just feel so wrong to you, the way he's sensationalizing that, the way he's spreading that to his young, impressionable audience? But besides that tweet, I was actually interested to see what Shane has actually said in that video, the one that's deleted. So I looked up a few keywords on Twitter to see what the fans had to say about the whole thing. Shane's theories about bad event pretenders, change the words over there, are scary accurate. And then it's a screenshot from Facebook about theories that have to do with exactly that. Another bad event pretender exposed. @Shane Dawson. @Shane Dawson, I know you've talked about bad event pretenders, but I never really thought much of it. this is crazy. And then another Facebook screenshot of the same thing. Shane Dawson, isn't this one of the bad event pretenders you've been talking about? When you realize Shane Dawson knows what he's talking about when he brings up bad event pretenders. Shane Dawson, what if bad event pretenders are just glitches wanting to mess with our minds? What? I've gotten comments of people saying things like, oh, Pinely, give it a rest. These are just theories. He was theorizing for fun. I don't think there is anything fun about this. What I showed you, what I read out just now, this is just a tiny little tip of the iceberg. There are 5 years worth of tweets about this stuff from Shane's very young audience. Just really think about this. These tweets serve as very real proof that Shane's video, that to his or YouTube's credit, is now deleted, has sent many people down a 5-year-long path of believing in some really dangerous stuff. They're tweeting out these loony Facebook theories. As far as I know, Shane has apologized for a lot of stuff over the years, but he hasn't shown any sort of regret for posting this kind of stuff. Whether Shane thinks these are for fun or not, I think that doesn't matter, because this one YouTube video, and the over 100 ones that he made as well, definitely affected people's lives. At this point, I really don't care that this video's deleted. It seems like it was taken down pretty recently in like 2019. I think it's safe to say that the damage was already done. The fact that Shane is talking about all these things in a more cutesy and maybe fun way doesn't change it or make it any different than what Alex Jones does. Only real difference is that this is marketed towards children. And I think I know how I feel about that.
Hello? That was fucking air, that was wind, that was an air conditioner from the set.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I guess we'll save that one for the next episode in this series. Anyways, subscribe and all that. That'll be pretty cool. Feel free to watch my last video about Bart Baker's return to YouTube and his wild crypto adventures. He made a crypto song. And check out my other video about what's going on with the Pokemon Go kid. Link is in the description. My next video, though, is going to be either about Nostalgia Critic or about Big Nick's very dangerous theories. Might be a Theory Busters special. Let me know which one are you more interested in. I'm leaning more towards the Big Nick thing now. So yeah, let me know what you want to see. Make sure to include the word bombastic in your comment if you reach the end of the video to confuse everyone else. And other than that, goodbye.